Hey everybody, here with the 996 Turbo. Going to show you how to do a quick oil change. Okay, here's an assortment of everything you're going to need. So you're going to need 8 quarts of oil, new filter, 2 new O-rings, a crush washer for the oil pan, crush washer for the dry sump tank, and 2 crush washers for the turbo drain seal plugs. And then some tools. You need a torque wrench, a 19 and a 15 millimeter socket, an 8 millimeter hex head, an oil filter removal tool, and if you want an eyedropper, we'll see what that's for later, and a funnel. Okay, first thing we're going to do is get into the fuse box in the driver's side floorboard. We're already taking the cover off, and you want to pull fuse C4. So the 30 amp fuse right here. Okay, that's for the fuel pump. Now we're going to turn the engine over a couple of times just to get rid of the residual fuel. Alright. Okay, from here you can see one of the turbo housings. There's an 8 millimeter drain plug there. Further in, that's the oil tank drain plug there. There's the drain for the sump and the other turbo housing. So we're going to get to work draining those. Okay, crankcase is drained, so I'm going to put a new crush washer, aluminum, onto the drain plug. Put that back on. And this was your 15 millimeter socket to take this off. And this one was a little stubborn to break free. All the road salt and everything gets in there. Shouldn't be much oil in here. There we go. New washer, put this back on. Actually wasn't a washer on there before. I've heard this being common. Now for the sump drain, you need a 19 millimeter wrench and a 27 millimeter wrench to hold on to the nut here while you unscrew the plug, just to keep tension off the actual sump. I'm just going to use an open-ended wrench. Okay, so all the drain plugs are back in. You want to tighten the crankcase here to 52 foot-pounds and the sump to 44. The 2 oil drains for the turbo housings can be done just hand tight. I use this tool adapter. I recommend getting one with a deeper access for the wrench because it was a pain in the ass to get off. But anyway, you take it off and there's the old filter. Put it down in here. we're going to use the eyedropper to get some of the residual oil out of here. Just suck it up and drain it down. Alright, take the old O-ring off the filter housing. Get some fresh oil. Get the new O-ring and just lightly coat it. Put it on. Alright, there's a new filter in the housing, so I'm just going to run a little bit of oil through there. Maybe about a quart, half a quart to a quart. Okay, the oil filter housing's back on, and I've added 8 quarts of oil to here. So now we're about to replace the fuse. Well, first we're going to turn the engine over a few times to circulate the oil, and then we'll replace the fuel pump fuse. Okay, now we're going to replace the fuse. Okay, the fuse is replaced. And since we circulated the oil a little bit, there's no oil light. So now I'll go check for leaks. As far as I can tell, there's no leaks. Okay, so after you've checked for leaks, park it, put it on a level surface, and let's check the level. Make sure it's warmed up. And we're good.